Hello friends, I'm Parvez, and in this video I'm going to talk about Facebook Social Graph API Basics with Python programming language. Now, first of all, let me introduce Facebook Social Graph API and let me give you some information about this. So first of all, the Facebook Social Graph API is the primary way to get data from Facebook platform. Now, as you know, Facebook is the biggest social network, and there are a lot of valuable data in Facebook. This Graph API is an HTTP based API that apps can use to programmatically query on different data. So for example, on data, on posts, on news stories, on uploaded photos, and different tasks. Now in Graph API there are some three important words. So the first word is node. Now nodes, basically the nodes, these are individual objects, so such as a user, a photo, a page, or a comment. And another concept that we have, that is edges. Now edges, these are the connections between a collection of objects and a single object. For example, we can tell a photo on a page or a comment on a photo. Now the third concept is fields. So now fields, data about these are data about an object, such as a user birthday or a page's name, like these informations. Now let me open the Facebook for developer, and I'm going to open the Facebook Social Graph API Explorer, and we will do something. Okay guys, so now this is the Facebook for developers, and I will add the link to the video description, this link. So you can see a lot of there are a lot of documentation for this that you can use, and information about the Graph API. So now the latest version is 3.2. Now first you need to have an active Facebook account, because you can make the account by using that Facebook. So I have already created my account in Facebook for developers, and here if you check, I have two apps, and these are the test apps. Let me create a new app, and I want to show you. So you can click on create new app, and so now you can give display. For example, I want to give third app, and you can give an email address in here. So after this you can create app ID, and in here you have a security check, and we need to complete this security check. So now my internet connection is a little slow, so I'm not a robot. Okay, now submit. So now we have created our so now my app is created, and this is the Facebook for developer page. So now this is the dashboards, we have settings, and this is the app ID. Now in here you can see the examples, but now in here let me go to the you can go to the tools, and you can go to the Graph API Explorer. So now this is the Graph API Explorer, and in here so you can see that this is my first app. Let me change this to the third app, because I have created. So now let me change this. Okay, now there are a beta version, but I'm not using that. Now by default you can see in here we have an access token. Now first of all, what is an access token? So let me introduce this. So now the access token is in here So this is an auth token, and it's provided as a courtesy for the logged in users. It's the same as auth token that your application would need to access the data. So we can call it that it's like a password. So now you can click on get token, and we have get app token, we have get page access token, and here I'm going to click on get user access token. So now you can select a user data permission. So let me just before get access token, and I don't want to select anything, and continue as. So now this is the access token, and let me now submit. So this is in here, you can see that we have get request, and we have post, we have delete. Now in here you can see that this is me, and I want to so let me bring it in here. So now you can see that this is me, and I want to do some data mining on my profile, and I want the fields, the ID and name. So I want to get these in my Graph API Explorer. So now if I submit the request, and now you can see that this is my ID, and you can see this is my name, and you can see that this is the node, and we have the childs in here. So for example, I want to get let me add for example sport. So you can choose from here, and you can see that we have added a sport in here, and let me click on submit. So we have at the back, and we don't have the sport. So the field, the sport is only accessible on the user object after the. Okay, so now you need to get the user like permission in here. So let me get access token. You can click on get user, and in here we need to get user likes permission, and you can click on get access token. So now you can continue this. So now we have created a new token, and if I click on submit, now you can see that this is my ID, and this is the name of the sport that I like. So it's gym. Now let me add another. So there are some restrictions. So let me just for example, I want to get the birthday. So let me add this, and let me submit the query, and I will receive. So for this you can click on the debug, and it's saying that you need the user birthday permission, and now you can click on get access token and get user token. So in here we need the user birthday permission, and after this you can click on get access token. So continue as per ways, and now let me submit this. So now you can see I have received the birthday in here, and you can do different stuffs in here. You can want, so if you want for example email, so let me submit, and for this I also need to get the permission of email permission. So I need to get the access token. So get access token, get user access token, and from here I want the user email I have in here. Yeah, this is the email, and you can get access token. So continue, and let me submit this. So now you can see that this is the email address, so that you have received for this. So now these are the basics of Social Graph API. Now let me for example, let me remove all of these. So you can remove like this, and from here you can search. For example, I want to get the posts. So you can select, and you need to limit this posts. So you can see that we have different, but in here we are going to limit this to 10 posts. Okay, now if I submit this, so I have a debug and I need to user post permission, and I'm going to get access token, and from here I want the user posts permission and get access token. So you can click continue as per race. So now if I submit, so you can see that these are the posts that I have on my profile. So I have posted, for example, this is the message, means the post, my video on how to connect Python with my school database. I have added in Facebook. So this is the created time, and this is the ID. Also I have for example, I have my video on how to read PDF documents in Python. So like this you can do, and also you can see that that we bring it in here, bring it in this section. You can see we have a paging. If you click, it will bring you the next post for you. So now you can also do likes, and let me limit this to 10 likes, and if I submit, I will need permission. No, I don't need, I think. No. So let me bring it in here. You can see that these are the likes that I have done on different posts, and I have done these likes. So, and if you check in here, so you can see that the fields are post, and we have limited to 10, and we have likes and we have limited to 10. So also you can do for a page. So this is a page, and let me copy. So this is my page, programmer's page, and I'm doing this on my page. So instead of adding these, and let me remove all of them, I'm going to add the page. So let me submit. So I have received, so your use of this must be reviewed, and okay, for this I need to get page access token. So you need to click on this, because I need to give permission for this application to access to my page. So now click on OK. So now you can see I have give permission, and if now if I submit this, so now you can see that this is the page name and this is the ID for the page. For example, you want to get the posts of this page, and you can limit to 10, and so let me just submit this. So now you can see that these are the posts that I have received, I have used in my this page, and like this we have a date. So also you can do like for this. Let me so I have likes, and you can limit this to 10, and let me just submit this. At this point let me just get access token, get user, and so let me click on this. I need to get permission, I think. So for this manage page, I have ads. I don't know what so I think it's page messaging or page show list. So let me just select this if it's working, and get access token. So okay, so now if I submit this, okay, I think it's not working for this. Okay, like this you can do you can play with this graph API, and you can do a lot of more. So now I'm going to open my PyCharm IDE, and I want to show you some basic coding, and not advanced, but I will show you that how you can do this programmatically in the code. Okay friends, now before this you need to install Facebook SDK. So you can simply write pip install Facebook SDK and hit enter. Now I'm waiting for this. So I have already installed the Facebook SDK, and you can see that the requirement already satisfied. Now after this Okay, so first let me open the Facebook for developers, and I'm going to remove this. So let me just remove all of them, and for this I want to query on, for example, on me, on my profile. So name, and for this I want to get for example the email. So I want the email. I want the about, so I want the gender, and I want the sports, so sports. Now let me submit this. So now you can see for the gender I need to get the permission, so let me get user, and I need the gender. So also for the like this, user hometown, so let me add this, also add this permission, and let me submit. Okay, get access token. So I'm waiting for this, and continue. And if I submit this now, so you can see that I have received the sports, but about I don't know. So let me remove this. I need just these. Okay, email, gender, and sports. Now I want to take this token, copy this token, and in my PyCharm ID, first thing I need, I'm going to import JSON, and I want to import so Facebook like this. After this, let me create a diff main method in here, and let me create a token. So I'm going to copy the token in here like this. Let me add. Okay, now after this I'm going to create a Facebook graph object. So Facebook dot graph API, and I want to add the token in here, so token. And after this, let me create a variable at name of profile, so profile, and we need to graph dot get object. So you can see we have different, and let me just choose get the object. And here you can add for example I want to do this on me, on my profile, and the fields. So let me create a fields in here. So for the fields I want email, I want the gender, also I'm going to add the gender. And in here you need to add the fields to the fields. Okay, now after this you can print, so that you can print it because it is a JSON, so JSON dot dumps, and I want the profile, and you can give an indent, for example 4. So let me run this, and now you can run in the main. Sorry. Okay, main. Now I'm going to run this, and I should see those data in here. So import cannot from string import. So I think I need to create a new Python file because it is not working. So let me just close this tab, and I'm going to create a new Python file. So also I have an error in here because it is sports, because now if I run this, so I have created a new Python file, and now this is the same code, and I want to run this, and hopefully I get the result. So I'm waiting for this, for fetching the data. So now you can see that these are the data that we have fetched from the social graph API, like this. Now, so if you want to get some data from the page, also you can do, so let me show you for the page, and I'm going to create a new Python file, so I call it second, and so for this let me first import the JSON. So import the JSON. Also I want to import Facebook. So first let me write the code because like this, and let me write the token, and also let me create the graph. So Facebook dot graph API, and you need to add your token in here. Also I'm going to create a field. So for the fields right now, so for the fields I'm going to get the ID, so the name of the page, and also for example about of the page. Let me create a fields. So let me join dot join. I want to join with the fields. Okay, after this let me create a page. So for the page graph dot get object. So in here you need to add the page, so let me add the page name like this, and also you need to add the fields, so the fields to the fields. Okay, now you can print JSON dot dumps like this, and I want to add the page and the indent to 4. Let me create the f underscore name underscore main. I want to call my main function in here. So now let me in here, so I need to give the page name in here. So let me give the page name, and let me remove all of these like this. I'm going to submit, and also so I need the name ID, I need about. So yeah, now you can see I have received about, so name and my ID, submit. I have the name, about, and ID. Now let me copy this token and paste it in my token in here. So let me, now I'm going to run this. I'm waiting for the result. So now you can see that these are the data, ID, name, and this is the about of the page. Okay, now let me show you also you can use for loop to iterate on this JSON file. So let me create like this, and so I'm going to copy these code from here, and I want to remove this token, and let me remove all of them. So okay, so let me do a new query on here. I want to query on my profile, so let me remove these and I want to add me in here. So let me first submit this. So I want the email, I want the sports, and I want the books. So let me submit this. So now these are the data, and I'm going to just copy this token and paste in here. So after this I need the field of email, sports, and also books, like this. Okay, now let me run this. So now you can see that these are the data that I have received. You can see that this is the name marketing and the books, and the books that I have in my profile. So thank you guys. If you have any question, please let me know, and for the further videos please subscribe to my channel.